Good morning, everybody. Yes, the time is here. We have got our good friend Chris Chopik here, Green Realtor. It's summer. That means we can make much more use of the environment, definitely. No more excuses, and finally green our homes. Maybe retrofit it, update, and take the incentives necessary to do it through these ideas. Good morning.
Good morning.
So tell us, first of all, you brought this model home, a very lovely one at that, to tell us the importance of energy conservation through leaks.
Well, I work with clients on both location and energy efficiency, because the amount of time that you spend in the car and the amount of gas that you consume, it relates to your quality of life because you're spending more money. It also relates to you know, how much time you're saving, and how much you can afford to spend on your house.
Okay, so let me backtrack. That's a really good point. So your theory is, I guess, proximity to your work,
play, the things you like to do when you're going to get home. You know, you can, if you want to park the car and go to amenities or go out for dinner,
right,
or get your kids to soccer practice.
Because less stress, less
stress, better quality of life, and more money in your pocket, or less money out of your pocket.
So you recommend people try and live close to their home, which is kind of tough to do if you're working in the city.
Yeah, either live close to work or live close to the things you like to do, or both, or find a sweet spot in the middle.
Yep, really good advice. Less time in the car. So once you do that and you've set aside your budget, some of the ideas are?
There's a lot of focus on energy efficient, let's say, furnaces and air conditioners. If your house is leaky, that energy efficient appliance is not going to do a lot of work for you. So the way this building works, the way every building works, is you've got a house and it's on a foundation.
Yeah,
that foundation, that connection point is a huge heat loss. You actually lose a lot of heat there, and you lose a lot of heat from the roof.
David Suzuki is spreading the awareness with the ads out right now.
Right, so he's got the caulking gun thing, right? So it's all about sealing and insulating. You put a hat on the house by putting insulation in the attic, and you spray foam, if you can, the headers in your basement to reduce the heat loss. And it works a lot like you know, a can of apple juice or tomato juice.
Yeah.
Watch the flow rate on this. I don't have a second hole in this can, right? Everybody knows that you have to put a second hole.
Yeah.
Well, imagine that you plug that second hole in your house. You can expect the same kind of dynamics. When I put the second hole, we'll call this the basement header, where your house meets the foundation.
Okay.
Suddenly, I've got great flow rate. So if you plug those holes, decrease the leakiness of your house, then you increase your energy efficiency by an order of magnitude.
Tell me this, is this an age-specific problem when it comes to homes, or can you have a brand new house that's having the leaking happening because it's just shoddy workmanship?
When you're looking at a brand new house, you should be looking for an Energy Star label, the same as you do on your appliances. Those buildings have been tested for air tightness and energy efficiency.
Okay, so it doesn't matter the age of the home, you can have problems.
Well, you know, and if you're looking to be green, a recycled house has got a lot of embodied energy. You know, it took a lot of energy to build that thing in the first place. So if you retrofit that house, then it's a smart green investment.
And an easy, cheap way to find out if you have leaks.
So
incense.
this is a sort of a trade secret. So incense, if you know there's a cold spot or a drafty spot, then you can sort of find specifically where those culprit areas are and caulk those specific areas.
Watch the wind take direction.
Exactly.
Very cool. Now this, solar panels.
Solar panels. After energy efficiency in your house, you want to look at alternatives, so conservation. A solar panel works essentially the same way that your electric heater or gas heater works, except that it uses the free heat from the sun, so you don't have to pay anybody for your fuel source. The return on investment on a solar panel like this is somewhere between 3 and 12 years.
Okay.
And it's dependent on use. So if you have a lot of people living in your house who use a lot of hot water, or you do a lot of hot water washing, you know, you're going to have a payback that's faster.
Okay, very cool. And then you brought in these lights. I thought they were halogen, but you said they're the LED.
Yeah, so a lot of condos are retrofitting themselves. So Palace Pier recently spent $2 million retrofitting, or is in the process of retrofitting. Sure. So their investment in these particular LEDs, which are Canadian made, and the light spectrum on these is very good. So when you look at a color, it doesn't make it blue or red, you know, like some LEDs do. So this CRS Electronics is doing LEDs for Palace Pier. They're getting paid back in 1 year on energy savings. So this light...
So you use only 10% of the energy that the halogens would use with these?
10% and savings payback in 1 year. These also last 40,000 hours, so compared to roughly 2,000 hours on the average halogen. So
pays itself over time and time again. And then last but not least, we already showed this. This is great. Brad already mentioned too, if you've got a condo or an apartment building.
So Friday, the ban was lifted in the suburbs as well.
Thank heavens.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
this is an easy thing. It's inconspicuous. It doesn't have to be there all the time. It's just there when you actually do your
Wonderful
laundry.
ideas. For more, go check out the website, evolutiongreen.com, and go to bicyclerealtor.com, because of course it's important, if you can, to bike your way into work, which you did this morning.
Absolutely.
You practice what you preach. Over to Kevin now in the newsroom. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
This is awesome.
All right, thank you very much. And quick look right now, problems eastbound on the 401. Just at the